Broadway musical smash hit Wicked is set to have its film adaptation debut here in just a few weeks, and I expect the box office for this to be very, very healthy. But then again, sometimes you get members of the cast or people involved in the production of these films that like to go running their mouths and go after fans for doing seemingly innocent things. Take star of the show Elphaba, played by Cynthia Erivo. Well, she was none too happy with recent fan edits of the Wicked movie poster, trying to make it look more like the classic, iconic Broadway musical poster from 25-something years ago. And she had a bit of a snarky response on her social media, being very angry at the fans for erasing her, whatever this means. But hey, this is what we do here. So let's talk about that. Renegade Online. Okay, so the one on the right here, this is the original Broadway theatrical poster.
Right.
It's absolutely iconic because the show became so huge. But in any case, it's a very distinctive look. It's a high contrast. It's simple. It's black and white, green with that flash of red. And that flash of red is what visually your eye is supposed to go to. It's a very simple but very effective piece of artwork, especially for marketing. And it's very distinctive. You don't see the eyes. It's masked under the hat. You've got that little curl of the lip with the red lipstick. It's very punchy, right? What you have on the left is the modern Hollywood, completely talentless, lifeless, for modern audiences or whatever the hell it is, rip of the Broadway poster. Now,
well,
I want to be
like Cynthia's head is floating like it was just placed there for one. Like it doesn't even look like it naturally is there, like they're together in the same room.
Well, they're probably not. This is probably almost positively a composite shot.
Absolutely.
The shot of the actress who plays Elphaba, I can't remember her name right now. We got an article in a second, but her body,
Cynthia Erivo or whatever. Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo, okay. And Ariana Grande, right next. Those are two different shots. You can tell by the lighting. I mean, I think that's almost positively a composite shot. But here's the deal. I appreciate, from a marketing perspective, why they wanted to recreate that iconic Broadway poster that you see on the right. Because why the hell wouldn't you? That's what everybody knows. When you think of Wicked, you think of that image. That's what you want. Now, this one here, okay, takes, well, this is the remake of it. So wait, let me go to that one first here. Let me pull this one up. So back to these two. So this is the, right, this is what they created for the movie. The problem with this is that Ariana Grande looks fine there. She's kind of got the same pose and everything, although a lot of the white is missing, like the white cloak, to kind of give that super contrast. But I get it's more realistic. The issue is the actress playing Elphaba. It just looks like a deadpan stare into the camera. There's no heart and soul to this. There's no life to this like there was on the poster. The lips aren't even red, which I don't understand why. If you're going to make the poster, make the damn poster, the Broadway poster. You can see her entire face, which, in my opinion, takes away from the mystique of the brilliance of the original creation. It doesn't work. This doesn't say anything to me. This is boring. And I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that this is going to sink the film. What they were going for versus what they got doesn't work visually. So here's the fan edit, right? So the fan edit, remember, we had this and a fan edit to try to make the poster or to try to make this image look more appropriate and look more like the original, which is clearly what they were going for here, did this. Okay? They shaded and shadowed over the actress's eyes. They
moved up her hand too.
Yeah, they painted the lip. Yeah, they moved Ariana Grande's hand up over the nose as opposed to down by just her lip. They painted the lips red of Elphaba, and they tried to give it a little bit of a smirk. It actually really does look a lot better. It looks a lot more effective like the original one was. If we had not had the original that was so iconic and so well known, maybe a different story, but the fact of the matter is we do. So if you're going to play that game, then play that game. So the fan edit came out, and this was the response from the actress playing Elphaba, who she took personal offense to a fan edit to try to make the poster look more authentic to the original Broadway poster. She got thoroughly offended. She says, none of this is funny. Well, she says first, this is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, which I haven't seen that one. I'm not sure what that one is. Equal to people posing the question, is your green? Which my understanding is the whole thing about Elphaba is your snooch green. Like, this has been an old joke long before this movie. This has been an old joke question for the actual Wicked Broadway play. The original poster, she says, is an illustration. I'm a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. I'm sorry, let me tell you everything that's wrong with what you just said. Number one, you chose to look down the barrel of the camera and expose your eyes. Well, then the photographer or other people involved in the marketing of this should have stopped you, because that's not apparently what they were going for with making this image. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. If you're trying to go for the original image, like I said, then do it. Secondly, what are your eyes communicating right there? Nothing. Nothing. You just have a blank stare. This is nothing. This doesn't say Elphaba to me. This doesn't communicate anything. Your eyes are not communicating. Certainly not communicating, I think, in tandem with what you're trying to present here. So
I have the AI thing back here if you want to see it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. So this is the, okay. So they made an AI of this. Okay, why is this so offensive? I mean, it's bad AI, which most AI is from still images like this. But the idea that this is somehow offensive is just beyond stupid. It really is. Ariana Grande weighs in on Cynthia Erivo's Erivo. Cynthia Erivo, a criticism who was playing Elphaba, of fan-edited Wicked posters and a not safe for work meme. I find AI so conflicting and troublesome. I don't know what the not safe for work meme was, but okay. Ariana Grande, to her credit, she's like, AI is just one of those things we don't know how to grapple with, and it can be a little crazy sometimes. I'm paraphrasing, but this, here's her quote. I think it's very complicated because I find AI so conflicting and troublesome, but I think it's just kind of such a massive adjustment period. This is something that's so much bigger than us, and the fans are going to have fun and make their edits. That's Ariana Grande, right? That's the kind of response that if you're going to respond to this, which you probably didn't even warrant one to begin with, to her credit, that's probably how you should respond. Instead of this chick, Cynthia Erivo, pissing all over fans who tried to fix what they felt was a bad take, right? So there's Ariana Grande. Here's Cynthia. This is Elphaba right here. And I guess this is at the
That's a man in a dress.
4th annual Academy Museum Gala held at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures on October 19th. So this is just from this weekend. This is a new image. So, and she's got, I don't know, 10 pounds of chains hanging off her ears. And of course, she's got the bull ring in her nose in case you wanted to put a leash right there and you needed to walk her, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have any respect for nose rings like this. So if you want to wear one, you're going to elicit my ire and shame. So to just, but yeah. So that's your Elphaba, and she's in her green dress, and she's screaming that she wanted to show her face to you and look down the barrel of that camera and just give you what for. It's a bad poster. It's a bad poster. Doesn't look good, but this is who's angry. Get ready, kids, because I have a feeling as this movie comes out, which I still think this movie's going to do pretty well, considering what it is.
I don't know. This kind of mucked up see, things were kind of headed towards a pretty good trajectory. I mean, this was a Barbie type movie to where it doesn't matter if it's woke or not because the audience for it. This response from her has prompted the fans to react to her in a very negative way. They've come out in huge support for the people who have done the fan edits, and they have turned on her big time. And even the thing that if you scroll back up there, the bottom part of Ariana's response, like she says, this, this thing is something that's so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
She's not talking so much about the AI thing. That's where I said they're conflating the conversation there that he was having.
She's
talking about the fan edit there.
Right.
And what she's saying there is like, this thing is so much bigger than us. The fans have made this what it is in so many words. And there's a little bit more to that quote. Yeah. And that's the difference in the response, because Cynthia, on the other hand, is making it all about me. It's about me. This is my movie, and I'm supposed to be in the poster, and blah, 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 blah. You all are racist for doing this to me.
I think that's
of course, the audience for this movie is one of the more diverse audiences, because guess what? It's primarily gay men and women.
Yeah. Well, but that's the impression I got where this was going, and kind of look at the picture over here. Let's be honest. This is going to be turned into a racial thing very quickly by her, I think. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, the movie already leans into that, and now that's where another thing where some of the fans were already. That was where the only concern I could hear from, because the toxic femme ladies, I kind of gauge a lot of this from them, and because they were kind of hyped up on it too until this happened. The only thing they were really concerned about was that you said you've seen the play. The play runs roughly close to 3 hours. This is 3 hours. Yeah, this is 2 3-hour movies.
I know. Well, I don't know how long the second one is.
They
but
think
the
they're
going
to be well, at least So they think that they're going to be pulling in some business from the book that didn't make its way into the play. And for those who don't know, the book and the play both came out in the height of the PC era, which was proto woke era. Yeah. So like that book is even 10 times worse than the show, from what I was told. As far as
I've never read the book. Yeah, but I mean, the whole idea here is, here's the thing though. It had great music in it. It was a lot of fun.
Right. This was one of the last big long running Broadway shows up until like Book of Mormon, probably, I would say.
Yeah. And now we've got this, and this, I hate this line. And this is the problem I have with actors like her, is that they think themselves bigger than the role, and they seem to fail to understand what the hell acting is. When you say stuff like this is the wildest, most offensive thing that I have seen, equal to that awful AI. And she says, none of this is funny. Talking about the fan edit of the poster to try to correct what was done to make it look more like the iconic Broadway poster. And this was probably a fan that was just doing something in good faith, just having fun. Like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if it actually looked just like the poster and they fixed what they didn't do? She says, none of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. Who is us?
She's making it a race thing. She's trying to have an Amanda Stenberg moment.
Yeah, it degrades me. Why does it degrade you? They weren't, I mean, look, if I wanted to do an AI edit or a fan edit, I would take this picture right here. I'd put some damn hair on her and take the nose ring out of her face. How about that? That would be you. And I'm using this as an example, right? That would be me editing a picture of you. It was done to a poster for a movie coming out of a character, a very iconic character that fans didn't like the way it looked because it absolutely took away from the mystique of the original poster, like we said. They wanted that mystique back. Now she's going to complain, I wanted to look down at the barrel of that camera so you could see my eyes. It's not about you. You're playing a role. Do you get that? You're playing Elphaba in a movie based on a Broadway play, based on a book called Wicked. This is one of the most bizarre reactions I think I've ever seen. Like, and we've joked about the stupid people that came out of the Acolyte. This is how you react to fan bases that maybe don't like something you did. And the short version is this. Carrie-Anne Moss was like, it got canceled, but hey, that's life. I've already moved on.
Well, that's because she's been part of this shit before. She came back from the era of the Matrix sequels when, guess what? The studio had to just acknowledge, yeah, we fucked up. Can you imagine the shit that they went through the years after the Matrix? Because she's not Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Right? Keanu Reeves was able to just kind of move on and put that in his rearview mirror.
So what? A fan edited your bad movie poster to make it look more like, so what? Whew, I'm sorry. Whew. If you have this person out there that is basically running around having her little personal therapy sessions, using the fans as as a padded jail cell wall to beat on of this movie, this is a bad idea. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.